Hi, this is Jane. Thanks so much for joining me. This is a reading for the new moon that will come on September 21st, 2025. And for this reading, I'm going to use Radley Valentine's Guardian Angel Messages Tarot deck. This is a very gentle deck. Different tarot decks have different energies when you work with them. And I really like this one when I'm feeling kind of, I don't know, unsettled. Anyway, so I was called to use this deck. It'll be different. You'll see the images are different from the deck I normally use. So remember, the new moon is the dark moon. It's the time that we're coming into darkness, a time of introspection, a time of maybe meditation or prayer, if that's what you do. And it's a time to set our intentions. The new moon is the beginning of the lunar cycle. So this is the time to set our intentions for the rest of the lunar cycle. Now, I pulled cards for each of the 3 days. Saturday the 20th, which is the day before the full energy, Sunday the 21st, and Monday the 22nd. The card I got for Saturday the 20th is Awakening. Can you see that? Can't see the number 12 very well, but that's okay. You can believe me. Oh, there it is, that it's the number 12. And 1 and 2, when you add them together, is 3. And the number 3 symbolizes ascended masters. And that's really perfect for a day and a new moon when we're coming into introspection and prayer and setting intentions. So you can work with any ascended master that you feel most comfortable with, whether it be Buddha or Jesus or Ganesh or guardian angels, archangels, whoever you feel guides you and can bring you the peace necessary to journey within. If you want to work with an archangel, Shamuel is great for personal peace. Excuse me. His color is mint green, a light green. So if you wear green or you have it around you, a throw pillow on your couch, or you just think of that color, that will be helpful too. So the whole energy for Saturday leading into the new moon is a pause. Awakening says we're going to stop the energy. We're going to see how the hourglass is laying on its side. We're going to stop time a little bit, stop running in the rat race, sit quietly and contemplate, where do we want to go in this lunar cycle? Who do we want to be? What kinds of projects do we want to take on or maybe complete from the previous lunar cycle? Because remember, projects can take longer than one lunar cycle, of course. So, how do you want to be in the world? What do you want to accomplish? Where do you want to go? Right? What path do you want to take? Or maybe you'll take a new path, or maybe you'll just decide to rejigger your current path. I'm giving lots of possibilities because in this doing these videos, I never know who's going to be tuning in, and so I can't really be specific to your life. But if you do want a reading that's specific to your life, please log on to my website, janezisk.com, and you can sign up for a reading. It's only $20 for a 15-minute reading. It's really a piece of cake. It's really easy and cheap. Anyway, so that's awakening. We're going to, on Saturday, go within, decide what we want to do. Sunday, the day of the largest energy, that's when the new moon is at its peak, is 5 of fire. Now, if you recall, the fire suit is all about passion. It's about things and people we love. And it doesn't have to be material things. It could be an activity that you love. I love to garden. So the 5 of fire might speak to me about gardening or about a person I love or anything like that. But the 5 of fire in particular, 5 being a number meaning change, right? We don't always like change. And the 5 of fire card talks about drama and conflict. And it could be conflict between and among people, but it could be conflict in your own mind. It could be that you're debating decisions or debating how to react to something or feeling unsettled and conflicted just in general. And so this is not an easy energy for the day, but if you look behind her, what do you see? This brilliant sunburst. And it's not that far behind her, and it's awfully large. And so that says to me that even though some of the energy on Sunday, the 21st, will be difficult, not that pleasant, the resolution of that energy is not far away. It's close at hand. It's just over the ridge, just behind us. So then the energy for Monday, the 22nd, excuse me, is the ego card. And the ego talks about the illusion of feeling trapped, right? We might feel awfully stuck in this drama and this crud, but it may be an illusion. There may be options that we're just not seeing, that we're not thinking of, that we're not acknowledging, perhaps. You see how the bird is in the cage, but the door is open. The bird could fly whenever it wants, whenever it wants. And so this is actually more of what, how shall I call it? Um, a happy kind of energy, a hopeful card. There's there's a hopeful energy of releasing that shackle of illusion of being trapped. And in fact, look at the angel's dress. It's pink. Pink, the energy of pink is that of self-care and being gentle with ourselves and allowing ourselves to consider other options, to realize that we are not stuck and we are not trapped, that we can make a different decision. We can decide to go a different way or to be a different way or to present differently, right? Now, I also pulled a card for the energy of the new moon in total, just not just day by day, just the whole overarching energy. And what came up was King of Fire. So again, things that we love, passionate about. And remember from the last reading, I believe it was, we had King of Fire. Actually, we had a lot of kings. And I talked about how the king energy is it's energy from experience, right? Because the king is the highest card in the deck, just like in a regular deck of playing cards. And it's this card is one of great hope. It's see how the tree is in full bloom. Like it is just there's vitality and hope, the hope of spring, the pink of self-care and beauty. The farmer guy here is looking pretty chill, right? Life's going well. This is good. There's green grass. This is all a fabulous card. There's inspiration here, and there's a sense of calm and peace. And so I would also like to help you bring in energy of the flowers. Flowers can help us do all sorts of different things because they're living things and they have an energy too. And you can work with their energy in a couple of ways, either by bringing the flower into your home or having a picture of a flower or just thinking of it. So that's why I always show you pictures of flowers so that you can imagine this yourself. And the flower I've chosen for this reading is an azalea. It's an azalea. Azaleas help us with journeying within and introspection. And I even like this picture with the path coming down and coming back out. So we can journey down into the introspection of the new moon to consider our options and decide on our path, right? You get it? But it's also a flower, excuse me, of resilience, right? I'm a gardener, so azaleas love acidic soil, which is really not a fun place to be, right? And they don't like a lot of water. So to grow in this and to rebloom every spring, they're one of the early blooming flowers. They need quite a bit of fortitude and resilience. And so I think coming out of the previous lunar cycle into a new lunar cycle, we might be able to use a little bit of resilience too, right? Especially if we're going to be feeling a little bit of conflict and drama and conflicted energies. And so here we are, we'll come down this path to the dark moon and we'll go within kind of in our little man caves, she sheds, and contemplate what it is we want and how it is we want this next lunar cycle to be. And we can go in around the self-care of the azalea and then actually even come back out around the energy of self-care. The other thing I want to let you know with color is that light pink is the color of Archangel Ariel, who is the angel of strength and courage. Courage has a lot to do with resilience, right? But the strength is not the strength of, I am strong and mighty. It is the strength of gentleness, of kindness, and of compassion. And so that's something I'd like you to remember too. I found another picture of Azalea that I really love. And that's this one. Oops, that's this one, which is kind of a funny picture. It reminded me of my childhood home. We had a rather large azalea bush right next to our front stoop, and my dad always kept it nicely pruned, not quite like this, but nicely pruned. But you see how an azalea can be shaped into any shape and form we want. They take pruning really well. And so this is a kind of not a natural shape for a bush to grow in, right? These are a little bit more normal shapes, but it can be done. And just remember this shape. It will actually grow out. So in order to maintain this, you have to keep pruning it. But remember this shape and remember the idea that we can shape our intention however we want. It might poke up a branch here or there, but we can, if we choose, we can prune it off after it flowers. So there you go. It's it's a pretty good reading. I think it's a good concept for a new moon of setting intentions, to have awakening, to look at things from a different point of view rather than looking at it from here, look at it from a different perspective and see what you think, right? And I just hope that that helps us all to move into the new lunar cycle with ease and grace and hope, leading ultimately to joy. So thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye.